I'm currently 7 kilos down in 7 weeks on my diet this year. I'm going to bring you along today to run you through the entire process, the training, the nutrition, the steps, the cardio, everything that I've been doing over the last 7 weeks. We're going to keep this momentum flying, and I look forward to bring you along with me for the day. We dove straight into physique shots, so I take these twice every week and send them to my physique coach. This has been one of the areas that's really built my physique over the years, is having accountability to how my physique looks. But I know I've got to take these and send them to my physique coach every week. I'm putting the work in, so it's a great accountability tool to take them first thing. And the reason for taking them first thing is this is the point when your physique's the most consistent in terms of how it looks. So if you're looking to make tweaks based on your physique, definitely first thing progress photos will go a long way. Bosh, just like that, we are 7 weeks later. So we just got off taking the progress photos. This week has been just smooth. It's been the best week of prep so far. We've lost well over a kilo in a couple of days. Last week was like 0.3 over a 7-day span. Got the calories down this week. We've got cardio up. We've got steps up as well. And it's been a very smooth week. Energy levels are still there. Training is still there. Performance is still there. We're about to jump on this bad boy here. So how the morning looks at the minute is literally get up, image check-in day, which is 2 days a week, take progress photos. After that, jump on this, get some steps in, get some electrolytes in, get some coffee in, and the first 60 to 90 minutes, depending on if I'm doing cardio is 4 times per week. If I am doing cardio, it's 90 minutes of both cardio and also walking as well. So it will be 35 minutes of cardio, 60 minutes of walking. I just find that getting it done first thing, like it's 5 o'clock in the morning at the minute. If I'm leaving this stuff till 4 or 5 p.m, the willpower is just draining down. So it's one of them things that if you got to eat a frog, not saying that jumping on the bike is eating a frog, but if you got to eat a frog, you're gonna do that first thing. Right then, breakfast while we make it. Oats. This is the absolute goat. I've got a feeling this is gonna need to be eliminated from the diet soon, which is sad, because this is what makes me happy in the morning. I absolutely love it. So I've got 50 grams of oats. Now my breakfast is actually quite big in comparison to the other meals. So this comes in around about 500 calories. So, it's a decent meal considering we're on 1600 calories just over at the minute. But the rationale is that I've just done cardio, I've just done some steps, and I won't really get a chance for another meal because I'm about to dive into working with my clients for a couple of hours after this. I won't really get a chance to eat. I mean, it's about 20 past 6 at the minute. We won't get time to eat for, too much protein in that. Getting distracted. This is why men cannot multitask at a high level, unless it's business. But that is 50 grams there. Anyway, we got distracted. I can't remember what my point was. That is prep brain for you. Oh yeah, a lot of activity in the morning. So we've just done 35 cardio. We have done 20 minutes worth of steps. So having this bad boy cookie dough, telling you now, this with oats is different gravy. Would definitely recommend, I'm not sponsored, but I would definitely recommend the cookie dough one. So yeah, because I'm not going to get time until probably about 11 to have more food, I would rather have something more filling. And if I get ravenous at 10, 11, which doesn't happen, I can just have a rice cake or 2 and that will sort me out. I'm going to put my creatine inside these oats because I'm going to forget otherwise. So it's a simple habit stack. So that's another little tip for you guys. I keep my creatine next to my oats, and if these two bad boys are together, that's going to get taken, which would need to change if I do take oats out of the diet. But either way, I also just enjoy this meal. A question I've got to ask myself is, am I eating for pleasure? It's right in the way of the camera. Am I eating for pleasure, or am I eating to fill me up? Was that warm? It was warm. Fantastic. If you ever had cold oats before, you'll know what was going through my brain at that point. But yeah, am I eating for pleasure, or am I eating for being full? And I mean, being full is pleasure at the end of the day. If you've been dieting on, 1600 calories and doing the steps and doing the cardio, if you know, then you know at the end of the day. But either way, the oats is ready to be made here. I'm actually low on blueberries. I thought we had more in the fridge. So it just shows like you're never gonna get perfection
with what you're looking to do. I'm normally going to have 100 grams of blueberries with this. I think I've probably got about 30 or 40 grams of blueberries there, which is less than ideal. And yeah, definitely a bit sad to see that. However, I'm going to replace them calories with a bit of dark chocolate because I'm quite low on fats. I'm averaging about 30 to 32 grams of fats at the minute, and ideally I do want to be a bit above there. So it's actually not the worst thing in the world. So let's see how many blueberries we got. 45. I'll take it. I'm happy to have 45 grams worth of blueberries. We are going to have, I've budgeted 25 grams of dark chocolate here. So 45 grams worth of blueberries, and we're then going to go for 25 grams of dark chocolate. Now, this one for me is decent. I have found some other good ones as well. I really like the hazelnut ones. I really like the orange dark chocolate ones. But to be honest, anything to give a bit of flavour to the oats is perfect. So we'll bank 25 grams in there. We will crack on with the day. That is meal number one. I'm not going to keep you guys any longer here. I'm going to go chow down. I'm going to go get into the old client work and have a beautiful day. And I will keep you posted. See you in the next one.
We are flying in with meal number 2. Now, we have had 6 hours fly by since the original meal. My mindset is, if I didn't have as many responsibilities, didn't have as much stuff to do with the day, then I would definitely lock into fasting. I used to intermittent fast. So when I lost 38 kilograms in 1 year, I used to play around with a lot of intermittent fasting at that point, and it really served me. It worked a great purpose for my life, having these 16-hour fasting windows in between meals. But with it in mind that I have a lot of work, like, there's a lot of mental work that went into that work block after cardio and this point, having them higher fats, which a lot of people don't recommend to have that bigger meal in the morning. I'm having 500 calories of a 1600 calorie budget first thing. But because I had the oats, I had the protein powder, I had the dark chocolate, which is obviously good for you mentally to have higher fats in your diet. People ask, like, everyone always thinks I need to have lower fats in my diet, but fats are, your brain's up to 60% fat, and they literally boost your hormones. Like, it's one of the biggest things that you can do for your hormones is have more fats in your diet. So having the dark chocolate in the morning and then having the oats of it as well just really fills me up, and it serves a great purpose for my day. So, what the point I make with that is you have to find the route that works for you. Just because someone tells you to do something online, say it's going to be the best route for you. When someone gives you information, take it like barbecue spare ribs, throw away the bones and keep the meat. Just keep that little bit of important information. So meal number 2, this one's a simple one for me. So this is 200 grams of cooked chicken breast. So I already buy my chicken breast cooked because it's just not a priority for me to sit there cooking chicken breast. I know it doesn't take very long, but we have 200 grams of cooked chicken breast. There's some Nando's medium sauce. Nando's medium sauce is just wonderful. Any kind of low sugar, low calorie sauce you can get are a cheat code. And we have 2 rice cakes with this as well. Rice cakes have been just a cheat code for me on the diet. These 2 rice cakes here, this is almost the size of my fucking face here. Not quite, but or almost the size of my face. And that is 29 calories in one of these rice cakes. If you're having half a pack of basmati rice of like almost 200 calories, you're not even getting the volume here. You're getting 60 calories of rice cakes. So, there's no veg with this meal. I do normally have veg with a lot of meals, but just down to the fact of ease, and this is going to fill me up enough, I'm not going to have veg with this. But we will have fruit with next meal, and we will have veg with last meal. But yeah, that's all I've got to report for this one. So we're going to crack into this. We'll have a couple more hours of work. I'm going to get out for an hour walk this afternoon as well. We'll report back in with meal number 3, which will be the pre-workout, and then we'll go train. Right, we are at the promised land. Always the time of day that I love getting to. So we have got here, we've got 45 grams of whey. We've got 200 grams of frozen berries and 100 grams of a low-fat yogurt. I love this part of the day because all the work has been complete. Anything that was important for the day that needed to get done has been done. And now I can just grub down, have some food, then go and train after. I always enjoy training at the start of my day on prep, which I'm sure I probably will do again over the course of the coming weeks. But I've been really enjoying something about just getting everything done and then going to enjoy training without having to stress about how this needs to be done. So sometimes I come back from training, I'm just like, I've just brutalized my muscles for the last, 60 minutes. I don't really want to come back and do loads of work. So, for me, it's actually been a nice thing to, push the training back. I mean, it's Friday, and I tend to find gyms can be a bit quieter on a Friday afternoon. I think everyone's going into session mode. But yeah, we're currently sitting at 420. So we've structured nutrition really well today. I think just being busier, our hunger's just been a bit lower today. I'm not quite sure what it's been like. Yesterday I was really hungry for a lot of the day, but that first meal we had at like 6 a.m, 6, half 6-ish. Second meal, that little gap really helped. Going 6 till half 11, 12. Had a couple of caffeine in between there, which definitely helped to curb the hunger, and just being busy. Being busy helps a lot. I went out for an hour walk after that meal that I showed you just. So went out for an hour walk. I've just done a load of work on the treadmill as well. So we're sitting around about 8,500 steps. So I'm going to have this meal. I'm actually, when I get to the gym, I'm going to complete my steps. It's 14k steps. I'm going to do the steps before the training session. Now, is that optimal? I don't really know it's much of a difference with doing my steps before my workout, because heart rate's not really going that high. But the way I see it is, I'm going to show up to the session anyway, even if I do hit the steps before it. And strength's been absolutely fine whilst doing that, and if I end up doing the steps after the upper, like, what's more enjoyable? Now, I do this for not just the optimal results. Like, I do this because I fucking love it. I love the bodybuilding, I love the training, I love eating food. So, for me, it's more enjoyable to do the steps. That's why I do cardio first thing. It's like, if you got to eat a frog, I'm not saying cardio is eating a frog, but if you got to eat a frog, you're going to eat the frog first thing. Otherwise, you're probably not going to eat the frog. So, watch the frog out of steps and training. Well, I love training, I love steps, but I love training more. So I'd rather, do the steps, then do the training. So next time you see me is going to be at the gym. I'm going to run you through some of the workouts. I might not film it all, but I will bring you along for some of the workouts. I'll show you some of the working sets that I'm going to do. Whether I do a bit of music or a bit of commentary over it, we'll see what we're feeling in the moment. Probably get some post-workout shots, run you through them. And then I'll see you back here later on for final meal of the day. Let's get it. One of the main workouts for me on this diet is incline dumbbell press. Definitely one of my biggest mistakes on previous diets was losing strength, losing mentality. So my mentality coming into this diet was, I've been strong on maintaining this exact number of reps. The form, the quality, the technique, the tempo. And every time I go into dumbbell press, my mindset is, these dumbbells are too easy. I'm going to shift what I shifted last time, and there's no excuses for me not doing it. And it's been a big change for me because, as you can see here, I'm grinding all the way out to failure. I'm using this method on a lot of my workouts, and you can really see it in my physique. When I dieted in the past, you could tell I was losing muscle, but with the level of intensity I'm bringing to these exercises, it's making a big difference to the amount of muscle that I'm maintaining. This is one of my favorite upper back workouts. So it's the mid upper back pull down. You can see it's a slight variation to the standard pull down, but you can see the areas it's working. And I just find that the squeeze, the mind to muscle connection I'm getting in my upper back through this exercise is absolutely fantastic. I definitely recommend the lifting straps on this exercise as well. We dove into some post-workout shots here. I was very happy with how I was locking. More than anything, I was happy with how big my physique was locking. My chest, my shoulders, my arms. Very happy considering at this stage we're over 8 weeks out until peak week. So feeling very happy with where things are at, but the way I see it, the hard work is just kicking off now. We are coming in with the final meal of the day. This is an absolute banger. Gym session boxed, a couple of PBs on dumbbell press, so feeling pretty decent on that one. Rig shaping up quite nicely, and we're in a good position. So dinner, evening meal, what have we got here? We've got broccoli, we've got 3 corn thins. I actually had a rice cake earlier as well, I didn't show you. Some beef mince, so there's about 150 grams of beef mince in here, and some sweet and sour low sugar sauce. That's about 30 calories for that. So entire meal's like 480 calories, and we've got 48 grams of protein here. So we're eating good tonight. It's going to be a good final supper. It's been a busy day. It's about 20 past 9 at the minute. It's been a juicy day. Have this, get off for some relaxation, get some recovery in, and I'll see you in the next one.